Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. J.B., what do you think your guys showed you on the defensive end tonight, especially?
I thought the second half, I thought we did a great job. We've shown what we're capable of defensively. We know when we're at our best, we can create stops, we can force turnovers, we can create easy opportunities for ourselves because of that. But I think, in that fourth quarter, holding them to 17 points until that last three, that's how you win basketball games against good teams, is you lock down defensively. And that helped our offense. When you're getting stops, you're playing in the flow and not against a set defense as much. And I thought we were able to score as well.
Do you think, you guys have kind of rediscovered that defensive flow that had been kind of missing through that losing stretch?
Yeah, and again, what I think is all of our stuff works together, right? Our offense helps our defense helps our offense. In that stretch, I know people want to talk about our defense, but our offense wasn't helping us. We were playing at a tempo that, just isn't good for us. So we need to be able to slow the game down, control the game, put people in the proper spots, have great floor balance, and make teams go against our half-court defense. If you have to go against our half-court defense, you're going to be in for a tough time. So our offense is just a bigger problem in that stretch as our defense was.
How much is Jarrett playing a factor, though, having him back and just anchoring the defense the way and kind of allowing Evan to just operate the way that he can at the four? But, I don't know, how important is it just to have Jarrett?
Yeah, I made this point, before. Jarrett is a Defensive Player of the Year caliber player. You take that away, obviously it's going to have an impact. But when he's on the floor, we're a different team. When our two big guys are on the floor together and they're working as a pair, they're hard to score on in that paint. Evan, is an all-defensive team player himself. We're extremely fortunate to have two guys, that can defend the way that they can defend. And, again, when they're working together, you're hard-pressed to find easy looks out there.
Jeff Shadal, News Herald. Could you talk about the spark Jetty gave you tonight, and there's 2 nights in a row, 20-point games?
Yeah, that's the energy that we're looking for from Jetty. We've talked about it beforehand. He has a spirit that our guys feel, and in this building in particular, when he gets rolling, the crowd, goes to another level. And, we keep talking about the team, and we'll be a good team when everybody keeps playing to their role the best of their abilities. And, we've seen Jetty play his role to the best of his abilities these past couple games.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. The defense element, how much of it is the physicality that you guys have played with the last couple nights and just making it tough on Trey and DeJounte? Noticed that you guys were funneling them in and they were even having a hard time just kind of dribbling the ball because you guys were just attacking that.
That's as the season goes on, we all adjust, right? Because even early in the game, we were getting some fouls because we were playing physical. What you can't do is be a hit or miss team, because then once you are physical, you look out of sorts and it doesn't look like who you are. If you maintain that physicality, right, that's just the league becomes accustomed to who you are. And your reputation allows you to continue to be a physical team because, the NBA is a physical sport. It is a contact sport, as much as people would lead you to believe that it's not. If you don't dictate where teams are going, you don't stand a chance, right? Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, are two of the elite offensive players in our league. If you allow them to play in space and you're chasing them, you're in trouble. So you have to put a body on people. You have to be able to dictate where they're going.
I've asked you about him in the last couple of games, but just Isaac to play through the fouls and to make it to the end of the game and to give you what he did against DeJounte and against Trey out in the perimeter. What did you think of that?
We're spoiled because he continues to do that, on a night-in, night-out basis when given the opportunity. He is one of the best in the league at playing position defense. He's one of the best in the league at being able to get through screens cleanly. I think the contact comes a little bit from, how the big guys end up setting the screens and those types of things. But when it comes to just being able to slide through a screen and get home, there's not many guys in this league who can do it better.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, J.B.
What's up, Chris?
What was it that you guys did so well against DeJounte tonight?
Give Lamar a ton of credit. I think going into it with the game plan of trying to put as much size on him as you possibly can, troubled him a little bit. Lamar, has a really good ability to guard isolations, right? Keep guys in front of him, use his chest and defend without fouling, and not give guys angles. So when you've got a bigger body on him to start, they're playing pick and roll, and now you got 2 7-footers in the paint. It makes it extremely difficult to score.
Have you gotten out of Lamar what you were hoping to get out of him when you made the move to him in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think, it was the defensive mentality. It was putting more, size around those two guys. It's always that balance of the pairings, and we've talked about that, the groups, right? Like trying to get Vert in a position of comfort. But this is what we expect of Lamar. It is that grit and that toughness that he brings.
And then in the play-in tournament last year against Atlanta, they sent a lot of blitzes at Darius, and other teams have done that to start this year. But it seems like he's handling that better, and you guys as a team are handling that better. Why?
We have a better understanding of it, and he does. There's a high level of trust in our big guys and their ability to make plays. Darius understands if they put 2 on you, that means we have an advantage. And so he gives the ball up. The same thing with Donovan. When they start trapping him, we get off the ball, we're playing advantage basketball. And then it also helps that you have the other one of them out there who they're not trapping, Like now the ball gets thrown to them, they've got a broken floor, and they're going to make you pay. So, it's a combination of the trust in one another, but also having the support of each other out there as well.
Last one, Evan Damaro, right there. But J.B., at least compared to the game against Charlotte, this wasn't a night where Evan stuffed the box or the started stat sheet as much. Can you just touch on how impactful he still was, regardless of that, on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, this is something that we should all just watch and pay attention to. And it's a conversation that we have with Evan all the time. Is Evan has the opportunity to be the most impactful player on the floor every night. No matter what his numbers are or what they say, there's the intangibles, and there's just the overall impact of his presence of making the right plays at the right time. His two-way ability to protect the paint. Most of the time when guys see him in there, they don't even go in there. There's not a stat for that, right? When he catches the ball and he makes the hockey assist, they don't track that, in our box scores. His presence in the paint when he's rolling, people have to go to him. It creates an open opportunity for somebody else. They don't track that. They don't put that in the stat sheet. So, Evan's main thing, and I've been impressed by it, is the only thing he cares about is helping us win and doing what it takes to win. He could have came here as a rookie when our team was kind of a question mark, right? And he could have just hunted shots and tried to get his stats. But he never did. The only thing he did was go out every single night and try to help us win. And that's what he continues to do.
Say for a while that you guys haven't played quite a complete game yet. Do you think you're even closer to that point by now?
I think we're sniffing it. 33 points in the second quarter, that's not good enough. But, the resiliency and trying to just, the will to just figure it out. I think we did that, for the majority of the night. And, the most important thing is the last 5 minutes, right? I think there was a big step forward there. Hope it breeds that confidence and an understanding of how to do it. But we're going to be tested again, and we've got to continue to pass those tests. Thank you.